And we're live. What's going on, jumps? Excuse me there. What's good, man? How's it going, man? Thank you so much for actually being on on live with me this late at night. I know it's really late if you're in the European time zone. If you're in the American time zone, it's quite like in the evening kind of thing as well. And if it's in the Asian time zone, well, it's freaking early for you as well. So if you're watching this live, appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for actually coming on. Let's get cracking though. How's it going, man? It's been a very interesting one with crypto that happened today, in terms of like what's popped up and what hasn't popped up as well. So what does that mean though? That's the question. What does that mean? Are we bullish? Are we bearish? You know, like are we going back to 25k? Are we going back to 19, 12k? The numbers that like some of the influencers that are out there saying there, not just influencers out there, but just even like the everyday people, really. Everyday people just influenced by the idea of like 12k, 10k, 8k, that kind of number. I'm literally going to just explain something what I've experienced from the past, like in the last. I've only experienced one halving itself. I haven't experienced like two halvings, so I'm just going to go back in time, go back in the chart itself, look at what the halving dates are, and just relate to this what's happening today, what could happen potentially as well. So. So let's give a morning shout out as well to you guys as well, man. So we got Saf, walaikum salam. We got Bon Biggie, evening to you, my brother. Consti, evening from Germany. Bless you, my bro. Shout out to my German fans out there. We got Game here, walaikum salam, Habibi. We got Siran, evening, my bro. It's good to have you here, brother. Sidium's fucking out 3:50 a.m. Where are you from, bro? Bloody hell. Appreciate that, man. We got Fuad, evening to you too, my brother. ETH2K. Quite potentially, but obviously it's a level to level game. That's the important thing, right? Like, although that I would like to see 2k, 3k, that kind of number. Bitcoin, same Bitcoin to go up to like what, 44k. I would like to see that, but it's a level to level game, right? Until then, there's certain levels we're gonna break for us to and reclaim for us to just say, yeah, 44k is on the table. Same with ETH, saying 2k on the table and 3k on the table as well. So there's a lot of things to bear in mind pretty much as well. So we'll break it down level to level and go for the weekly outlook and look for the plans going ahead for the rest of the week as well. We had consumer index came out today, and for those who don't know what consumer index is, it's basically like what the general consensus of what like on the market, are they optimistic or the pessimistic, right? And the numbers came out quite really well, considering like banks are crashing down and whatnot. It's fucking mental if you ask me. It's been mental. Like, look, you got like some of the top banks actually like falling apart. Liquidity came down as well. I think it was Silicon Valley. I don't know if you guys saw the charts. It went down to nearly zero pretty much as well. I mean, I'm not laughing at like, yeah, like it's fucked, but it's mad how although the banks are collapsing, we got the consumer confidence is actually came out quite well. It came out higher than it was last month as well, and that was previously prior to the banking situation as well. So we'll see what's up. We got John Capuche, man. What's good, man? Touche's here. Will Smith with that like button. Yes. Shout out to Touche as well. Smash the likes as well. Hit the subscribe button if you're new to it as well. We'll break this down together one step at a time. Saf, Ramadan Mubarak, man. Bless you, man. And we got Urus in the house. Shout out to you guys, man. Appreciate that, man. Big love to all of you guys. Let's get cracking. Let's get into this whole thing, right? So what we got here. This is the Bitcoin index chart. I need my glasses. 1 second there. I need my glasses. That's better. So we got the Bitcoin index chart, right? So this is back in 2012, right? And what are these lines here? I'll explain it just a brief in just a brief moment there. So what we got here, just look at Bitcoin halving dates, right? The first Bitcoin halving date was back in November, 28th of November 2012, right? And the second one was July the 9th, 2016, and the third one was in May the 11th, 2020. The next halving is around, they're saying around February to May time in 2024. So we literally have about a year before the next halving itself. So we're going to relate to what the chart is previously. Is history repeating itself? I think so. It's all fractals and whatever. But again, this is not like, just bear in mind, just because I'm talking about the Bitcoin halving, like this, to me, right, this is a pre-halving rally. What's a pre-halving rally, right? Let's just break that down. So obviously we know the halving was on this particular date itself, which was, let's get back up, November 28th, right? 2012. So as you can see right at the bottom, you see the dates in like Monday the 26th of November. It's on the weekly chart. So it's on that line. So this is the where the halving happened, right? And a pre-halving rally is when we found a bottom, we consolidated for a little while, right? Consolidation, break above, find bullish market structure, right? We break above the consolidation over there. So you got this consolidation over there, we break above, find support, consolidated, and then we rallied away, okay? And that's the high there, and this is where the halving was. From the lows to the halving, it's a pre-halving rally, right? Doesn't mean that we're gonna rally all the way to the point of the halving itself. It's just that we're gonna have a rally prior to the halving date itself. Okay, that's all it is, nothing else. So if I just bring up a measurement tool, right, from the high to the low, approximately we dropped down 93% back in 2011, right? So the peak was in June 2011, and the low was approximately around November 2011. It's a year before the halving date. Remember, the halving date was the 28th of November 2012, and the low was in November 2011. Okay, so then so that's when the bottom is. So we established a bit of a range band environment. So it's just around about here, and that's where the range band environment is. Environment is consolidation, break the market structure, clean close above it. We have a retest there, rallies away, retest again, consolidates, and then rallies away. Okay, and this is the peak, and it peaks up on August August the 12th. So the first, let's say August 2012. So from the lows, from here to the highs, what was the high? What was the rally up? It went up by 672%, which is about a 6x. Okay, it's a 6x rally, and then we have the consolidation afterwards, right over here. Consolidation over here, and then we had the rally. The halving, and then bang, bull run starts. Okay, that's the first one that happened in 2012. And if I just bring it up, and you can see how monumental this rally was. Well, I'm not going to make out the percentage and so on, but you can see we rally up in 2013. We have a deep pullback, and then we rally even further as well. Okay, we keep on rallying, and it's just a freaking monster of a move, right? Then the peak happens in 2013. Okay, and then this is where we have the lows over here. Then we have the peak happens over here. Then we have a bear market again, right? So we come back down, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, and then again consolidation in this particular area. The next halving happened in 2016, right? So the next one was in July the 9th, 2016, and the low was established in 2015, a year before the halving date. Is everyone with me so far? What's going on, Consti? Yeah, appreciate that, man. Smash the likes as well. Show me some support, some love as well. Really appreciate that. I'm just taking out my time for you guys. I don't mind doing this, but it means a lot when you actually, like hit the likes as well. It means a lot, definitely. Okay, anyway. So this is the low, and the consolidation happened here. So this is where the whole consolidation period was for quite some time. Quite a couple of months there. Consolidation, break up, support, rallies up high, comes back down. This is the high, and we break market structure over here, and then we have this peak over here, and then the halving happened in, what's the date? Around July 2016. So again, we have another rally up. And if I were to work out what was the low, so if I was to bring up the measurement tool, this is the low itself. We have a stop run there, which happened in 2015, a year before the the halving, and the peak happens at 387%. It's about 4x, nearly 4x. Let's call it 3x. Okay, just call it a 3x. Just round it down, just for the sake of doing it. Appreciate that, Larry. Big love to you guys, brother. Anyway, so the point was we have a consolidation period, break up, find support, and then we have the rally up. And when we have the rally up, we peaked up, then we dropped. And obviously after this halving, we drop down further, run the lows over here, come back into this area of consolidation, and then the bull run begins from there. So then we see that massive bull run. And I wasn't involved in this area. I came in September 2017. I literally bought the top, like not this top. A lot more over the top, but you can see how monumental the move is. It's just a nasty run up, and then we had the run there. I bought the top in September, which is somewhere. Yeah, I bought the top here, literally around there. I bought the top there. Then we had the FUD for the Chinese FUD, and as you can see, we go up for another bull run, pushes up there, and this was where the halving was, and you can see how monumental it was. After that, then we have lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows. And we have another consolidation over here. So bear market happens again, and then we have another consolidation here. And this is a consolidation over here. Happened for a couple of months. Consolidation, right? Then we have a clean break above, breaking market structure right there. And we rally up. And I want you to pay attention. Every time we do these rallies, we take out these highs. So let me just go back. I should have done that actually at the very beginning. My mistake there. That's a bit stupid of me. Let me just bring this up. Because the chart itself does tell us a lot in terms of breaking market structures and taking out highs. And I'll relate this afterwards as well. So the highs that we took out. So this is the consolidation right over here. We took out this high, and we took out this high. So we take out highs itself. Obviously, we wick into it, consolidate, bang, off you go. The next one. Let me bring this back up. Where was it? Right here. So we know this is where the halving is. Consolidation was over here, this area here. This is all the consolidation. We take out this high, we take out this high, and we take out these highs over here. You see that? We just wipe every single high. This is just rallies away and takes every single bearish guys out of the blue. Bang, off it goes. The next one we have, which was in 2018. Whoopsie daisy, where is it? Yeah, there we go. We have the bottom right over here, which happened in 2018, 2019. Whoopsie daisy. Let's delete that. We have the consolidation right over here. And as you can see, break market structure, clean close above there. What do? We take out, we're having this rally away. Yes, we don't have a retest over here. And the rally starts off from like 2019, or let's say 2018, end of 2018 to 2019. And we push it up to like for June. It's a 6 months rally. I'm not saying that we're gonna have a rally all the way to May 2024. I'm just giving you the ideas of what happens. And whoopsie, need to drop fucking ashes on the fucking keyboard, man. That's a whole different kind of mess. So what I want to bring out to you is, if I just bring up the consolidation there, what do we take out? We take out the highs over here, take out the highs over here, take out the highs over here. And we take out the highs at these highs over there. Can you see? We just wipe every single like stop run. If you were bearish, you had your stop loss here, your stop loss here. Like you're just focusing on looking to short the market in particular areas of this area here, this order block right there, and this order block here, and this order block here. That's where you're looking to actually, to actually place your, to look for shorts as well with a stop loss above here as well. And we just wipe everything off. Wick. We found resistance, and then we've come back in support. And obviously we had the the March 2020 COVID, and we retest right into this block. If I just bring this back up, we have a complete retest of the consolidation right over here. And this is what I watched this happen. I've seen this halving rally happen as well. And after this, after the halving date, we started consolidation, and we started breaking out, take out these highs, bullish market structure, off we go, take out the all-time high, and it carries on rallying to the upside as well. Okay, and if you look at it this way, the last one was what, 380%. This one was what, how many? What was the, from the lows to the highs? 343%. Again, a 3x. Let's call it a 3x for the sake of the argument. Okay, so each time, let's do a quick recap. What's going on, Sammy? How you doing, brother? Colm's in the house, man. What's popping? Your channel is tops. Appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Big love to you as well, Coles. Shout out to you, man. So let's do a quick recap before we carry on to where we are today in 2023. A quick sort of sip of water. Fucking throat is dry, man. Fasting is hard, man. I found it really, really hard, difficult today. Shout out to all those who are fasting as well. So the key point was, we have a low, right? We have a bear market. If on the bear market, let me just draw this out. Look at a blackboard. Look at black. Whoopsie daisy. This is blind everybody's face off there. So we have a. Let me just draw this out there. So what we do, we have a consolidation. We have the run. Once we have the run, we break down bearish market structure, and then we have the consolidation. After the consolidation, we break out of it. Bullish market structure, and we run highs. We run these highs. We run these highs, for example, and then we have the halving, the halving itself. So this from here, from these lows to all the way to these highs itself, this is what I would call a pre-halving rally. So we have a rally, and after that we have the halving date, consolidation, and then we have the massive bull run that everyone is looking forward to, which will happen in May 2024. right? Around May 2024. So that's the recap. And each time when we drop down about about freaking 90% to 80%. All right, let's call it 80%. We dropped down 80%, and when we have a rally up, it's been consecutively. The first one was 600%. The next two was about 300%, 380, 350%. Let's call it 300%. So 3x. I'm not going for crazy numbers. I'm just saying what the numbers are, right? And then we had the halving rally, and then take out these highs there. Bull market happens. Retail starts stepping in afterwards, and you'll become millionaires, inshallah. Okay? Fuck you now, bloody hell, blind my eyes and stuff like that. Anyway, so where are we right now? Okay, well, like in terms of what happened afterwards, we have the bull run, which a lot of people had actually played, or if you didn't play with it, or you came in a little bit late, you all saw it how it was. We had the run up, retest, run up as well, and that's it. So we have a massive run. I don't really care about how many percent this was. All I'm looking at is what happened is. So where we are right now, the next halving is around March to May, right? In 2024, that's what it is. Just I put a black line there just to give you an idea of what it is. And the other thing is we have a consolidation. So what is the consolidation that we've had? Okay, this to me was the consolidation right over here. This to me looks at the consolidation for many months, and each time was months of consolidation. This one had happened in the deviation. We get back up. Are we gonna have a retest? I don't mind having a retest itself, but what we're looking to do is take out highs. This high here, potentially this high here, and potentially this high here. Does it do that? I don't know. Well, we'll see what happens. But that's the general consensus of what a pre-halving rally is. If I'm right on the idea, we should, if it's gonna be a rally up. Either we have a retest, hold above it, bullish market structure, run the highs, take out this 32k, keep running up these highs, take out this area here, and possibly take out this area here. Because every time you're looking for a short, right, you're looking at all the blocks. What is an order block? It's the last up candle send the market down. That's what the bears are looking to the short. The next one will be around here. This is where the bears will be looking to short. Where's the next one? This is where the bears are going to look into short. Around this, I'll probably mark this area here actually over that one. But you get the point. So what they're looking for what bears will be looking at, they'll be looking at something like this. So come over here, looking to short back down. This is what the 10k, 12k number, whatever they're looking at. But what will happen? If I'm correct, we'll reclaim and hold above it. The next area they'll be looking to short is around here. And then they'll be like, yeah, we're going to smack it down to 12k. But what will happen is we will look to retest this next order block there, and then maybe wick it out, take out the highs, and then smack it down. Okay, smack it down to where possibly. Well, if I was going to be legitimately honest about you, I don't really freaking know, to be honest. But all I know, the macro range band environment, because I always say to you guys, price is always in a range. This to me is the macro range around here, a little bit higher from there. I think it's about here. Right, that's the range band environment. That's the first quarter's low, the mid range, and the first quarter's high. That's all it is. So, do we do something like this? Reclaim and hold above it, run it up to 44k, possibly come take out 50k, take out these highs, and I don't know if they take out these highs, but I'm just giving an idea, and then have something like that as a retest, have the halving rally itself, like the halving date itself, and then start rallying and take off, and let's make new highs. I don't know, but I also want to make another point. If I'm correct on this idea, this is all fractals. I'm just giving ideas. I'm not saying this is going to actually happen. So again, trading is all level to level play. Although I'm showing you like something that's completely bullish, and it might sound like freaking amazing. It's like, yo, we're going to go up to like 50k, 60k, whatever. It might do. I don't know. I really don't fucking know. I'm going to be honest with you, but I'm just going to play this level to level. What I'm looking at is if it's true, and each time that the pre-halving rally is about 300% from the lows to where 300% is, it comes into freaking out. Fuck me. Well, yeah, it comes into around here. Does it come into here? I don't know. I'll be looking for around somewhere around here, 210%. The 210% rally. At the same time, Bitcoin will push up, ETH will push up, alts will run up as well, and we'll play up in the meantime. And to me, and if you guys remember, I said this like months and months ago. I said this is the time to actually start looking to buy into alts. Around this period, this year itself, is to look to buy alts, which will give you a higher probability of 100x. Looking into 2024, 2025, after the halving itself, will reduce the chance. Yeah, you might get some 100x and stuff like that, but it reduces the chance completely. That's what I'm saying. So, if it's going to be correct, all I want to see is a reclaim. Let me just delete that off. All I'm looking for to see is a reclaim and hold above it. Does it come into here? I don't mind if it does this. Reclaim and hold above it. This gives me my opportunity to say to longs. Where am I looking to longs? Go into this area here as target 1. You might take some profit off this low here. Looking to get into here, to this order block. This is a weekly order block. Reclaim and hold above it. Come into the mid range of 44%, 44k, and then we'll see what happens. If we start, breaking down, I look to short the market back down to potentially to 28k. If it was to reclaim and hold above it, and then we'll see what happens. Take out these highs. This is the next set of objectives there. Feel like the inefficiency or fair value gap is, and probably run into these areas there. And this is the next order block right here. It's the last up candle, send the market back down, which started the bear market rally. Do a deviation. If it runs like this, play it back down to the mid range, level to level. That's all it is. Is everyone with me? Piotr, what's going on, brother? Touche, what's up? What's up, man? Yeah. So is everyone with me at the moment? Like everyone's following me at the moment. Like it sounds mad bullish. It sounds like freaking hocus pocus and shit like that. I get it. I totally get it as well. It's just an idea. This is not a factual base. This is nothing to say like, yeah, we're gonna go up and I'm super bullish. Like, yeah, I am bullish. I've been bullish since freaking January, bro. You know what I'm saying? Since like once we broke 17k, I've been playing the market on the upside to 28, 29k. I'm in a long on Ethereum right now. I didn't take a long on BTC, and I'm glad I actually stuck with my gut. And I'll explain the whole thing. And I'll explain the idea why I took a long on Ethereum over BTC. Because to me, Ethereum is now gonna play catch up. Because like from the beginning of the year, in terms of Bitcoin, right? From the 9th of January, when we start breaking market structure from, like 16k, 17k, getting to 18, then went to 20, 24k, pull back to 20k. Then from 20k, we shot up to 28, 29k itself. And now where we're sitting at 27k, it's bullish market structure. You can't deny it. You just can't, you couldn't really deny it. I mean, once we break out these highs, breaks market structure. We took out these highs, breaking market structure, clean close above it. Clean close above it. Now, bears are looking for 12k and whatever. I don't really give a flying ass what's happened. But what I'm looking for, one of two things. Either we pull back into here, whoopsie daisy. Either we pull back into here, find support over here, bullish market structure, run to these highs. If we get a continuation of bullish market structure, and that'd be a lower low, a lower high, a higher low, a higher high, higher low, a higher high, higher low. Let's keep fucking riding this up. Keep longing the shit out of it. That's what I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Everyone gets it? All clear. Perfect. Awesome, Richard. And that's it. That's all I'm looking at. So another thing I also want to touch base on, right? It's called seasonal tendency on the dollar index. Okay. So I'm just gonna bring up this. If I put in dollar index seasonal tendency, there we go. Images. Where is it? There we go. Okay. Let me visit this chart. Just briefly chat about this, and then we're gonna start talking about the weekly price action itself. Okay. So this is the general consensus from from January 1990. The data range from January 1990 to December 31st of 2009. Okay. So we've got about 20 years, 19 years worth of data. Let's call it 20 years of data, and it tells us January is bullish, February is bullish, March has a tip, kind of bullish. Then April becomes bearish, May becomes bearish. June pushes up, is bullish. July becomes bearish. August pushes up. September, bearish. October, bullish. November, kind of bullish. December, bullish. But the key point is where we are in April. If I'm correct in the idea of the seasonal tendency of dollar index, right? That April is going to be bearish. If April's bearish on dollar index, what's that going to mean on the stock markets? It's going to push up. What's that going to happen for crypto? It's going to push up. So does that really give us that push above 28k and reclaims that level to go to 34, 32k, then go to 36k, then 44k? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens. I mean, how long are we gonna actually be bullish on crypto? However long it wants to be. Once it breaks market structure and then start making lower lows, lower highs, then fuck it. Let's start shorting the market as it is. Until then, I've been long in the market non-stop, and it's been a lot of fun. It's been a lot of fun, and that's all it is. Now, that's dollar index, right? Now, if we bring up, let's talk about let's do the real weekly outlook itself. Now, the weekly outlook itself is this now. Where are we with dollar index, right? We are still in this range bound environment, okay? So last week, right? Let me just clear this all out. Let me just whoopsie daisy, lemon squeezy, get the whole fucking shit up there. Whoopsie. There we go. Right, nice and big. Bring up all the levels there. We got January's low over here. That's the range bound environment. We got January's over here, and I'll explain why I chose this level there. And we got January's mid-range, and I also want to mark out the yearly open, and the yearly open comes into right here, just below the mid-range. Oopsie, I don't like yellow. Yellow seems a bit too madras. There we go. That's it. That's the yearly open. So if you guys remember, we talked about like if you guys are aware of how I trade from a range band environment. I love trading range band environment. To me, it's like I always say, a range price is always in the range. Amal, what's going on, brother? Ramadan Kareem to you too, man. Fast is going well. It's all right. Just today I find it a little bit tough on me. Just fatigue, lack of sleep, really as well. Gandalf, good to have you there. Got to show some love, bro. Been using your methods for about 6 weeks and have only one red day. Thank you. That's awesome, man. Really good to hear. Awesome. Anyway, get back into work. So range band environment is we play from high to mid, mid back to low, low back to mid, mid back to high, high back to mid, and then what's that? Mid back to low, and we keep ping ponging the motherfucker up and down till he gives up. That's all we're doing. We just keep ping ponging left, right, and center. Okay. Now what's happening is we're below the yearly open, and if we're below the yearly open, it's bearish. If we're above the yearly open, it's bullish. So we're below the yearly open right over here. And what did we do last week? We took out this low over here, the previous week's low, and we closed below it. Quick wick into. Where did we wick into? Right into this order block right over here. Okay? That's the last down candle that send the market back up. And that's where we are. So are we going to come back up? And I want to see it close below it. Bearish market structure, back into the mid-range back to the low, and then we'll see what happens. Do we lose this level into April, and then seasonal tendency says that in April is actually quite bearish on dollar index? If that's the case, we should short the fuck out of the dollar index. Euro should be pushing up, GBP should be pushing up, your forex market should be pushing up, stocks will be pushing up, crypto's going to be push up. That's what we're looking at. Freaking banks are closing down, man. I don't know. Banks are closing down left, right, and center. I know there's a bit of fun with Binance, and look, we'll talk about that in just a second, right? About the Binance FUD, the FTX FUD, and the Luna FUD, and I'm going to compare the three. And then you look, at the end of the day, I've got my own views. You guys have your views. And if you have a difference of opinion, by all means, share it. I'm happy to hear it. So that's what I'm looking for. But what we could do also at the same time is literally find support of this area there, bullish market structure. Then I'm looking to go into the mid-range, and the yearly open. And I want to see it reject off the yearly open to come back down. That's what I want to see, right? In time for the seasonal tendency to get back below for April and short the dollar index down and see what happens, okay? That's what I'm looking at. Nothing else. Keep it nice and simple. Really and truly, what I'm saying is, like, well, there's liquidity over here and liquidity over here. Which side is going to be taken out? To me right now, I mean, look, if I show the mid-range comes about around here. We're below the mid-range. Fuck it, let's do it. Let's go on the daily. You can see that, right? So let me just mark this out there. There we go. So we got last week's high was here. Last week's low is over here. We've taken out last week's low. Is that right? That's not right. No. Last week's low is right over here. The mid-range comes into about here, a little bit higher, maybe around here. That looks about right. And all we've done, as you can see, come back down to the mid-range, back to the range low, done a deviation above the mid-range, and we're looking to shoot back down. So it's where's the magnet in price. This to me looks where the magnet in price. Do we come back down, hold above it, bullish market structure, then I'll be playing to the mid-range. From the mid-range, reclaim it, go back to the range high. Right, level to level game. That's what I'm looking at. Nothing else too crazy as well. But if we get down below to the mid-range, to the range low, and starts breaking down, I'm looking to take out liquidity right over here. These liquidity over here. So level to level, play it down, simple and simple. Oh, well, simple as it is. Really and truly, I would say like January's low first as target 1, and then we look for these lows as target 2. Lose that level into the new week, and off we go. Consumer index showed us that they're quite bullish on the market. I don't know why, but they're quite bullish on the market. So we'll see what happens. ES, what's going on with ES? Now, ES has been a bit of a mess, right? We are playing between September's high, which is over here. We've done a deviation, found resistance over here, back into September's mid-range. That's all we're looking to play in. Nothing else. The yearly open is still here. Right over here. This is the yearly open, as you guys can see. Let me just squeeze that off there. There we go. So that's the yearly open. We are having an uptrend there. Are we going to lose this trend line over here, break down, and send it back down to the mid-range? Possibly, I don't know. But if the dollar index is bullish and the consumer index is quite bullish, what I want to see is what's good. Like, well, to be honest, what's capping the market, right? You see this low here? That's capping the market, right? That's the first thing. So this is that low here, find support, loses it, resistance, resistance, resistance. Below it is resistance. Do we come down and lose this trend line over here? Something like that. Bearish market structure. Then we look to play back down, level to level. That's what I'm looking at. Or are we going to do something quite crazy where we push back up, reclaim this area there, bullish market structure? What we're looking to do, fill out the gap over here, fill out the gap over here, come into this area, which I'll expect to be some resistance over there, maybe a retest, and then reclaim, come back to September's high. And if we come into September's high and break above it, I'm looking for 2024, 2025 to come into the 2021 mid-range. And that's it. If we break above it, bullish market structure, let's go up higher. If not, play back down. That's all I'm looking at. Nothing else. Keep it nice and simple. Easy peasy, okay? Now, that's pretty much with the S&P. I do want to touch base on the on the Nasdaq, US 100. US 100, right? Let me just show you this for a second, okay? This is 2021's low. That's not right. That's the low right here. That's the low right here. Okay, that's 2021's low. That's the high, and this is the mid-range. Find support, support, lose there, bit of chop, deviation, deviation, sells off, right? And then we've been fucking around underneath the mid-range itself. A lot of the majority of the price of this has been stuck over here, okay? We are showing some sort of bullish price action there. For me to actually be bullish on the stock, this is the highest cap in the market there. Once we reclaim and hold above it, this is now showing me that we're going to go to 25% range, reclaim this level there, and then we can squeeze into the mid-range. After that, we'll see what happens. Level to level. That's all. Like even the Nasdaq is showing us some sort of strong momentum. What's capping the market currently? I mean, if I were to actually be a bit more anal about it, I mean, look on the daily, I've got a bit of a gap over here, right over here, right? So I do want to see this get filled out eventually. But what's capping the market is this. See this candle over here? That's capping the market itself. We are finding resistance close enough. I mean, let's just do the whole thing. Those two candles. That's it. Yeah, that makes it better. Finding resistance over here. Finding resistance over here. Finding resistance over here. But doesn't this look like a freaking cup and handle? That's the cup. And that's the handle. If I just show that off like that. Let me just get a white screen like that. Doesn't that look like a cup and handle? And if you guys have seen cup and handles, what we're looking for is a break above, bullish price action. This is where you can say, yeah, I'm ready to long, play up higher. Whatever the price action is over here, that will be your target over there. So we'll just mark this out together, okay? So you can see approximately what the rough idea is. If you guys don't know what a cup and handle is, I'll give you a quick idea. Delete this cup and handle pattern. Look, guys, I don't play like these handles kind of thing. I don't really. This is not my type of style, meme patterns and stuff like that. But it's always good to actually have an idea of what we're looking at, just to show you what's going on. Let's show you the cup and handle. Screw you. There we go. There's the cup. There's the handle. That's the neckline. We break above it. So whatever the neckline is from there to the lows, this is the minimum price target there. That's all it is. So if I were to relate this, how does this like on the Nasdaq? So what's the freaking? Let's bring this back up. That's not right. There we go. Something like that. So the high, if I can use this to that, there, you can see this is where the neckline is actually finding resistance right over here. And this is the very low. All I'm doing is I'm copying it and pasting it. I'm just going to move this to the break of this, something like that. Where's it coming to? Above the mid-range. So if I delete everything off, it looks like to come into this order block there. So if we are right, this is where we're looking for a target there, into this. So if we break out of this neckline there, bullish price action there, we know we can take along, playing it to the mid-range and looking at potentially squeezing into this fair value gap there and then into this order block there. I think that's an ideal play there. That's all it is. Will it work with Bybit? What do you mean? Where do you trade BTC from the UK since Barclays blocked all fiat transaction in crypto exchange? Oh shit, did Barclays do that, the bastard? I use Lloyds, you know. I use Lloyds, so I withdraw everything on Lloyds anyway. That's my Lloyds card as well. So if you guys are actually using Barclays, yeah, I've used Lloyds from the very beginning since 2017. Never had any issues with it. It's been all right there. But I trade on OKX, so if you guys are interested in actually and using my referral link, I'll actually post my referral link actually now. I'll post it right now actually. So I appreciate the support, man. Give me a second there. Let me get my referral link. I mean, if you guys have actually made a lot of profits from some of the plays I've been showing there, really appreciate the love that you guys could show me, and just sign up to the referral link as well. I mean, I haven't done this for a long time, like posting my referral link, but fuck it. I think I've deserved it. I deserve the love for that as well, because fucking hell, like most traders out there, well, not traders, sorry, influencers have disappeared. They literally have disappeared. So there's my referral link if you guys want to use it. Appreciate that. I've used OKX. OKX has been fine. They sponsor Man City as well. It's a UK, well, it's a Singaporean exchange itself, but not had any issues with them as well at all. So they've been perfectly fine with me. So yeah, big love to that. Getting back to the channel there. Cool. So that's pretty much the gesture of US 100. Do a quick little squeeze on dollar index. Not dollar index, gold. Now, I've been bullish in gold in it. Right? I had a long playing it from here. Once we reclaimed over here, I had a stop loss over here, playing it all the way into this range high. Now, that's what it is. You see, he's come back into this area there. This well, where's the highs and lows, is 2021's high. The range band environment, that's 2021's high. 2021's low. And you can see we're range banding the whole thing there. Deviation over here, deviation over here. Is this another deviation? I don't know. Right? If it's going to be a deviation, we want to see it come back down. Ideally, no, because this has given me a lot of confidence of taking the longs if Barclays UK is still blocking, just change your bank, man. Go for Lloyd's Bank. Open up a Lloyd's Bank and then try to withdraw it from there. I've had no issues with that at all whatsoever. So, but yeah, so if I'm bullish if I'm bearish on dollar index in April, I'm expecting gold to actually start popping up as well. And gold itself has given me a bit of a cheat factor for me to play the longs on Bitcoin the whole way through. It's been a freaking, it's been good. It's been good, and I even took longs on gold as well, and it's been a fun. I've taken some trades on the S&P, but it's choppy. Why would I want to play chop? You know, like I've seen other plays where it's a lot more easy to play it, and gold is one of them. So I've looked for what's ever easier, the more clearer ones. But if gold is supposed to be bullish, right? What's capping the market itself? It's really right now. This high itself. So if I'm just gonna bring this up there, as you can see. So what's capping the market there? This is the high that's capping the market there. If we hold above it, bullish market structure, run these highs over there. That's target 1 and that's target 2. And after that, we're going to go to completely a whole new territory, and then we'll talk about it from there. What I'll do is copy this range and I'll paste it up above, and then we'll play it level to level. That's what I'm going to do. Nothing else. Okay, that's gold. So I'm quite bullish on gold. I've actually bought gold from like the beginning of the year, in terms of like spots and like as an investment kind of thing as well. I thought, like, you know what, it's time to actually like really spread my wings out a little bit. And just only like crypto itself or even the stock market, just play what's out there. And I think gold will have its run, in my honest opinion. So we'll see how it goes. So I've actually invested into gold, quite a decent amount. So Mohammed Nasir says, solid stream as always, mate. Appreciate that, man. Inshallah, this will reflect positive on you for all the good that you do. If you have time, could you please touch decks on SNS, man? I took a loss on SNS, man. I'm still in SNS. Yeah, I took a beating on that one. Kind of sucked. I think I got in around 2 million market cap, and it's about 500. Yeah, it's a horrible loss on that one. But I've been looking at other things though. So like, what we'll do is I'm gonna do an alt stream itself coming soon, sometime this week as well, and we can run that through. I'm still holding SNS. It sucks to actually be a loss, but there's other. Whoopsie daisy. There's been other plays I've actually been concentrating on in terms of like I've literally concentrated on alts, not alts, ETH and BTC over the past month and a bit. Yeah, I've just been concentrating on ETH and BTC. Now, before we go on into the weekly outlook with Bitcoin and Ethereum, I just want to talk about eBTC. Okay, why did I take the trade today? And I've explained this to you last week, right? And I'm just gonna touch base on it as well. I talked about like the 0.618 level. Those who don't know what the 0.618 level is, an area of capitulation. Okay, run back to the last stream as well, and you can check it out what's going on. This is the low, and this is the high, and this is the mid range, and this is the 618 level. Okay, I've had some people say, yeah, it's gonna come down to this area. I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. Innit? I don't really give a damn, but I've got my own views anyway. So if I'm correct on the thesis, right, this is capping the market there. I want to see it come back into the mid range. Once we reclaim the mid range and shows bullish market structure, then this to me is a deviation of the mid range where we're gonna play up, come into 25% range, and possibly run up to these highs over there. It's happened to Bitcoin. We've done Bitcoin already. We're just doing this with EPDC. And if EPDC is bullish, that means ETH is gonna run ahead of Bitcoin. Now, the reason why I'm looking at ETH right over Bitcoin is because it's showing me strength. It was already showing me strength, and that's why the only trade I took was Ethereum. I didn't take no freaking Bitcoin trade. I wasn't confident on the Bitcoin trade itself. But and I posted on Twitter. You guys saw it. Yeah, it's come to the mid range and whatnot. So that's the first target there. Second target, we're looking for last week's high. We'll talk about that in just a brief moment there. So anyway, if EPTC starts showing me bullishness and starts to reclaim this level there in April, and dollar index seasonally is actually bearish, and dollar index is pushing down, and Bitcoin and Ethereum start pushing up, and we're seeing ETH BTC is really rallying up to the upside like this, what's going to happen? We're going to start seeing alts start ramping on, and then we're going to have a bit of an alt season, like a mini alt season, whatever, however long it's going to be. Maybe it's a month, 2 months, I don't know. I'm just going to play it as it is, and then we'll see what happens. Level to level play. That's all it is. So that's that. That's EPTC. Oh, fuck off. That's EPTC. Now let's go into Bitcoin. We're just going to talk about this, right? So if you recall from last week, we talked about like there's a range. Price is always in a range, right? We had this range over here, range band environment, broke out to this range, and we entered a new range. And what's the new range? Over here is a 4-hour order block, right? So I'm just going to touch base on it in just a quick moment there. This was the 4 hours right there. The last 4-hour candle there that pushed up, retest the range low. When we broke this, when we had a close below it, with a quick retest and then a sell-off. So where is price is actually playing in? Price is literally playing within the range itself. That's what it is. It's consolidating in that range. And where is it consolidating? Below the range low. If it was supposed to be bearish, right, what I would have wanted to see is if we get a close below here, breaks down, I'm happy to take the shorts where to 25.2k. I'm happy to go for that. That's it. That's the short there. That's a short scenario. That's the only way I'm looking for a short there, is losing that block. That block comes in on the Coinbase chart itself. It's 26.8k to 28.3k. That's what it is. So you guys can mark that on your charts and check it out. That's the only way I'm going to look for a short. I know there are players out there who are taking shorts on Ethereum and on Bitcoin. Great, but it's not giving me enough consensus for me to say yeah, confirmation. That's what I'm looking for, because what I'm looking for, right, is this. I get it. I totally get it. We got this on the daily. You see this low over here? This low here and this high here? That's resistance. We lost this level there, and we finally come back for a retest. Now, yes, I can understand. Ideally, you're looking for a pullback, because this could be a cup and handle. It could well be a cup and handle. We talked about cup and handle with freaking what you call it? The US 100, the Nasdaq. This could well do a cup and handle. I don't really mind. Do something like this, do something like that, and then breaks above it, and then whatever this low is, play it to the upside. So if I were to do something similar to that, let's just fuck it, let's just do it for the sake of it. So from this is the neckline to this low over here, which is about here, copy and paste the motherfucker. Where do we go? Whoopsie daisy. Right here. This is the neckline. We're gonna go to 38k. So that's at a minimum. And where's 38k? It comes into the next order block right here. The last up candle that's in the market back down. Makes a lot of sense. It makes a lot of sense. But let's just break this down on from a day-to-day trade, right? Going into the weekly play. That's what we're gonna do. Okay? So sounds bullish. Sounds freaking bullish. But like I said to you, I'm happy to take the shorts if we break down over here, pulls down. That's where I'm saying 25.2k. I take my short. That's my entry there. Play it back down to 25.2k. I'm looking for a consolidation area, find bullish price action, and I can play it back into where? Into this. That area there, and I'm essentially looking to play it back into the range itself. Now, what's confirmation for me to go for longs? Okay, so I've talked about this, the pullback scenario there, and then play back up there, and that could be the cup and handle. It could come back down to deeper pullback and whatever. If it does decide to say, you know what, delete everything off there. If it does decide to say, you know what, dude, we're going to actually get fucked over a little bit here. This is the range high. This is the range low right there. And it does decide to play back inside, and this is all a deviation. Then I'll be like, right, you know what, fuck it. I have to accept we're going to play the shorts back down to the mid-range, back to down to the range low, potentially into this area, take a liquidity over here, come down over here to 19k. I'll accept that. But until then, I'm going to play the move up till we have to say. You can say to me, well, hang on a second. This, like look, you can easily say to me, well, this is the high, that's the lower low, lower high, lower low. Then we go the higher high, higher high. Then we go the higher low because we break market structure here, break market structure here. We took out these highs over there as well, and that's the higher low, and that's the higher high. We're looking for the higher high, for the higher low. It could come down to over here. Yeah, it could do that. I don't really mind. But what's to say that it's gonna come down to here? And like, why does it have to come down to here? Because just like this over here, why did it not come back down to this area then rally up? It didn't do that. Instead, it consolidated beneath this high, November's high, breaks above, takes out, and then it has the pullback. Then it has the pullback into here, then goes into the old time, into July's high. Why can't it do the same here? I'm just giving an example. So if it's going to do the same, how do we get on board? That's the thing is, because we don't know. I don't know. All I know is like if it's going to be bullish, I'm ready to take longs. How do I get on board? Let me explain to you now. Drop it down to 4 hours, and we'll see what happens. Right now, to me, right, it's playing within a range. What is that range? Okay, so if I just mark out, this is last week's high, and that's last week's low. And I'm just going to mark this out, and I'm just going to show you a few things, and we'll talk about it level to level. Okay, that's the high, and that's the low. Two separate ways of how to look to play the longs. I'll show you the bearish scenarios. I want to show you the bullish scenarios there. Delete this off. Hide all this. Play the level there. What have we done? We're taking out last week's low. We come back and retest the last week's low. Find bullish market structure. So find support off the last week's low. We've taken out this high. We close above it. Now it's coming to this area consolidation. Once it reclaims and hold above this, where we're looking to go into, to the mid-range. Fill out all this fair value gap there. Once we've done that, either we break down. If we break down, I'm happy to take the shorts play back down to 25% of the range and then back to the range low. I'm happy to do that. That's not a big deal. But if we're taking out last week's low, what we're going to look to take out? Last week's high. And how do we do that? Let it do its thing. Bullish market structure. Reclaim and hold above it. Then I can say, yeah, take the longs. That's your next set of trades. Looking to take out these highs over here. Well, where was Monday's high? Monday's high is right here. I think I'll look at Monday's high as target 1. And then I'm looking at to go into last week's high as target 2. Do we come back up and then play back down level to level back into the mid-range? That's possible. And we just ping pong it just as we've done it over here until we break out. Now, if we are going to be bullish, reclaim and hold above it, then I would say, yep, what are we looking for? 30k, then do 32k. What's so special about 30k is actually the mid-range of that range-bound environment that I showed you. Everyone's with me so far? The bearish play is if we lose this level there, finds resistance, do something like that, I'm happy to take the shorts into 25.2k. That's it. That's all it is. In the meantime, I'm playing within this range. I don't really give a shit about anything else. I couldn't give a rat's ass what next mans are doing, if they're looking to short this, short that, and whatever. I'm just playing the level as it is. There's a lot of people out there who send me DMs on Twitter and say, yeah, but like person X and person Y and person Z is actually is short in the market and whatever, or person A, B, and C and D, or they're all short in the market out there. Cool, that's fine. I'm my own trader. I don't need to follow anyone else. I don't look at other traders for confluence for my own ideas. I look for what I just look for what I can get, if I can get some scraps. And I had a bad trade on Monday. I put my hands up. I took a loss on LTC. I took a long on LTC aggressively. Took a loss on that. I had a long on Bitcoin. I got stopped out break even. I had another long on Bitcoin as well. I got stopped out. I lost on Bitcoin as well. So that was on Sunday. Was it Sunday? Today is what day? Tuesday, isn't it? Right? Yeah, I think Monday. I got stopped out on Monday. I was like, right, cool. And what happened yesterday? I was like, take a time off, walk away. I left the chart. I left the chart for 12 hours. Came back, had a little chat with my brother Shazzy. Shout out to Shazzy as well. And then today, fresh eyes, kill the market. Good to go. Made up the losses I've lost, and I'm gonna keep going. That's what it is. Sometimes it happens. Sometimes you win. Sometimes you lose. But what's important is knowing when to take a break. You can't always win every single time. There's no such thing as 100%. If anyone shows you that they're making 100% or whatever, good for them. I don't give a damn, but I don't believe that's gonna happen. This coffee is cold. Fucking hell. You know when coffee's cold and it tastes nasty. But anyway, that's one way of looking of the longs on Bitcoin using the last week's range. Another way, with another way of our eyes looking at, is that if this is the order block, how do we play the 32K? If this is the order block that's causing the consolidation, right over here, if we break above and hold above it, bullish market structure, we know we got to 30K. From 30K, we're looking to play to the next level there, to 32K. It's trying to step into the range low. It's trying to find into the range low. We come into it, and it's shortly lived. Push back up, we find it, we come into it, shortly lived. Resistance. Comes into it, shortly lived. There's a lot of resistance that's happening, a lot of resistance right at this range low. So if we can reclaim this order block right here with a bullish market structure, it will give us the increase of a probability to go to 30K, and then 30K going to 32.1K. Let's go 32.1K. And that's it. After that, we said about the next step is, which was I think it was 36K when we did that little cup and arrow, whatever, cup and handle. If we reclaim and hold above it, then what we're looking for, the next area is to run into these areas here, 36K, and then we'll see what happens there. That's all it is. Everyone with me? What's going on, C-Bay? Hey, C-Bay, what's going on, brother? Shout out to C-Bay. Quinton in the house as well, man. I'm sure he's with you there. Big love to you guys. That was it. So when I took a loss on Bitcoin yesterday and LTC, I went out and C-Bay from Belgium came down. Do you know what? I'm going to plug you in, bro. I'm going to plug you in. Shout out to my brother C-Bay. Give him a follow. Good lad as well. Top lad. Give him a follow as well. Let's pop him to 3K, man. Come on. How is he at freaking 2,095 followers, man? He's a really good lad as well. CTO aware at official. Keep your eyes on that. That's going to be a big thing going into the market. We'll talk about that in the future as well when the time comes. So, but yeah, C-Bay's my man. He's a good lad as well. I literally had a meal with him yesterday and Quinton. I had a good time. I had a really good time. So I really appreciate you actually coming down to Birmingham. Thank you so much for that, brother. I can't wait to see you again, brother. And you're going back to Belgium tomorrow, so have a safe journey back, brother. So that's it. That's Bitcoin. All right, let's go into Ethereum and just talk about that Ethereum, and let's end the stream quickly, okay? So Ethereum, that's a long. We'll talk about that afterwards. There we go. Now, what's interesting about Ethereum is that we're getting capped at July's high. This is July's high. Let me just bring this up. Right, so everyone can see this. We've got July's high, July's low. That's all it is. Range high, deviation comes back down. It didn't come back down to the range low. What happened was we found support off an order block itself. Okay? Back then, I was looking for shorts. I'm not gonna lie to you. I was looking for shorts. I was one of those who was looking for shorts. And then instead, what happened is when we came back down, we found support, break this market structure there. We had a consolidation in this area here. Breaks above it, bullish market structure, gets capped in November's high, pulls back to the mid-range, runs it to July's high. We take out the liquidity of these highs there. Now, what's interesting is where we are right now is that we are stuck between two particular areas here. Number one, we are stuck within July's high. As you can see, resistance over here, clean resistance, deviation, resistance. And we're also stuck at 2021's range low. Now, I've shown this to you before, but I'm going to do it one more time for the sake of doing it. For those who actually knew, that's not my chart. Where is it? This is the chart here. Okay? What we got here, and we talked about Bitcoin going to 36K, potentially. We talked about Bitcoin going to 44K, which I explained to you at the very beginning of the show. But let me just mark this up. So we got the second quarter of 2021 low, the mid-range, and the second quarter of 2021's range high. Okay? Now, hide all that, and you can you see that? Every time we get up, right, we come back up, deviates it, resistance, do a deviation, resistance. Come back up, deviation, sells off, right? Comes back up, sells off. Comes back up, resistance, sells off. Comes back into it, resistance, sells off. Come back into it, resistance, sells off, right? And for the first time now, right, we are showing a different kind of price action. Here, we have a push up, come back down and shank down. We have a quick slightly push up with a lower high and sells off, right? This time now, what we're doing is we actually are consolidating here. We're retesting this area. We haven't lost this area. Each time we come in, we lost it. One retest, lost it. This time we had a retest, and we actually are holding this area there. So we are actually consolidating this area. So if I want to go for longs, how would I do so? So someone said 2K. 2K. I couldn't agree less. I couldn't agree more. For there is French. And we have to actually break this market structure. So if we get back up, reclaim and hold above it. Bullish market structure. Where am I looking to go? This area here. Take out the highs at around 2K, whatever the highs are. And then we see maybe a retest over here. Reclaim and hold above this. Then we can start playing the bigger plays into these areas here. Filling out all this, the fair value gap. There's a bit of a fair value gap there. You can take some profits right into target one, I'd say, will be here, which will be around $2,500 right there. And target two, hold above it, run it into $3,000. That's the mid-range. What happens after, I don't know. But we talked about the Bitcoin halving and how... what's going on, Quinton? Big love to you, my brother. I really appreciate that, man. Quinton, I'm going to plug him in as well. I got to plug my brothers in. 1 second there. So that's eBay. Quinton. Give my brother Quinton a follow as well. And also, if any Dutch fans out there, and even if you're not Dutch as well, he's got his own book called The Bitcoin yeah, that. I'm not going to say it, but it's that. So yeah, give him a follow as well. So these are the two guys I've actually met up yesterday. Big love to these guys as well. So it's always good to actually meet brothers. Like they've been good to me, and I hope that I can actually always repay them back. Big love. Anyway, so yeah, so that's the plan there. That's pretty much it if we get there. So what I'm looking at is a smaller time frame. Keep it nice and simple. And all I'm looking at is this range band environment here. And I'm actually already in the trade. I posted it on like I shared it with the country club. It's a private group as well. Shared it there, Daink Country Club itself. And we literally talked about this live. We literally said this live as well. And because I took a loss, my stop loss was here. If it wasn't for me getting stopped out on LTC and BTC, I would have gone aggressive with a stop loss here. All right, that's what I would have done. I explained to the guys over there. This is why I would have put my stop loss there. It would have been great. Would have been a perfect trade. But no biggie itself. Same situation as Bitcoin. What we've done is we've run the lows over here, bounce off that 1700 level, which is the second quarter of 2021's range low, that macro range itself, bullish market structure, reclaims and holds above it. And I did post this on Twitter. What I posted on Twitter was this. I'm going to actually just briefly talk about this there. Profile. Where? Oh, yeah, there we go. This was the plan. If you get above this high, reclaim, hold above it, you can enter in validations here, playing it where? To the mid-range. If you get above the mid-range, where are we going to last week's high. That's what I'm looking for. And if you look at the price action here, interestingly enough, right, it does give you that retest. This is the high there. It gets capped, finds resistance, you get clean close above it, support. And each time with support, you could put your stop loss there if you want to keep it very, very tight. But invalidation was here, right? Invalidation was here, and you could have played it back into the mid-range. And now we did that. Target hit. Quite happy with that as well. Done a bit of a deviation. Now the question is, are we going to find resistance and break down, playing it back down to this area here to fill out this inefficiency? I don't know. All I want to see is for me to be bullish, right? It's a reclaim of this level here, which is around 1783. Breaks above it, and then I can go into take out this liquidity there as the next set of targets there, and then to alter my last week's high. Take out the liquidity over there, just like we took out liquidity of last week's low. Do the same up there. Then we see, do we hold above it, bullish market structure, then go for the 2K level that we talked about, or do we actually decide to say, you know what, fuck off, let's go back down to the mid range? That's all it is. Simple as that. Now, if I want to play shorts, right, that's the bullish structure. If I want to play shorts, I want to play this level to level. This is the monthly open. Actually, just good. Where is it? Yeah, let's do this one. Level to level. Okay. If we lose this level there, let it do its thing. Find resistance. We've got that's the high, lower lows, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower low. Show me a bearish market structure. Find resistance. I'm happy to go into these lows over here, and that's the monthly open. Taking out the liquidity over here into this. I'd say front running to here. It's target one, looking to target two, and then we see what happens. If we hold above it, great. Play back up to these areas there. If not, we lose this level there. Play back down into filling out. Well, I'll say this is target one. That'll be target two. Fill out the inefficiency and come into here. That's target three, and that's it. Any questions? Wrapped it up in an hour. Fucking hell. Smash the likes, everybody. It is midnight, 15 minutes, 16 minutes past midnight. We're going to call it a day. before I do so, I'm gonna give it another second, well, another minute or two to allow you guys to ask me any questions before we carry on. Man, I am smashed. But I'm quite happy with this. With the trade itself, I brought my stops to, I mean, you minimum to break your stops to break even. So we'll see what happens there. Awesome, Richard. Appreciate that, man. No questions then. Brother, would you buy spots now or open longs in alts? I do both, bro. I do both. Yeah, I literally play both. I play both the longs, leverage plays. I play both the spots as well. With leverage plays is easy for me because I just go in and out. I'm a day trader, so I play the day trade itself. But I haven't played any spot leverage in a little while because it hasn't shown me anything for a while. I mean, there's been some shorts, as you guys have seen. Matic seller took a dump itself. We had XRP had a massive pump as well. I know some of the guys in the DCC in the private group as well. They've actually taken longs on XRP as well. I haven't. Shout out to Angelo, he did that. But I haven't taken any longs on alts. I've been focused on ETH and BTC, but now ETH is actually rallying up on the upside. And if we're right on the idea of the big dollar index seasonally is quite bearish on in April, and ETH BTC reclaims that mid range that I talked about, I'm down for longs on alts. I'm down for longs on alts as well. I've got spots. I'm in spots like Solana. I bought in around from $17.50. I bought in there. I've got Optimus, for example. I've got spots on Link. I've got spots on what else I've got. I got a spot on a bunch of shit, a bunch of stuff to be honest. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. You know, like what be interesting to see what happens in April next week, and then we have some plans going on forward as well. But that's it from me actually. Appreciate that, Consti. See you around. Appreciate that, man. Look forward to the alt stream. Yeah, hopefully we do the alt stream sometime this week as well. Like even today, I felt knackered. I felt really knackered after like breaking fast and whatnot. So, but I was like, yeah, I've got to get it done. I've got to get the stream up. Haven't caught up with live shows. And I appreciate that, Mike, man. But it's good to have you here, brother. So Vasalis is asking, how do I add and trim profits? So, like, you look for, like, for example, I'll give you an example on Ethereum itself. Okay, this Ethereum trade, right? So I entered in, as you're aware over here. For me, it's a bit of a lesson now we're doing. Okay, let's do it. I'll do a 2-3 minute quick session on positioning wise and whatnot. What I was looking at first, right, is this. Okay, this, as you're all aware, was a breaking market structure. We found resistance over here. Once we closed above it, we found a retest, support, come back down, support. This is your opportunity to enter in. Invalidation will be here. You can add your position into here. Or if you want to keep it like tight, which I was explaining to you, I was looking for something like this. If I didn't get stopped out, my stop loss would have been here. That's it. As you can see, support, kind of support, and we rally away. Okay? Now, taking profits, I play range-bound environments. So if I bring up my levels, as we talked about the mid-range and whatnot, the range highs and stuff like that, the range lows, the mid-range, and the range highs. Take profits over here, the mid-range itself, okay? What you could do to take things early is look for like areas like probably here, this area here, you can actually look to actually take some profits over here. The lows over that, and as you can see, we break above it, we'll find support, and we'll close in above it and whatnot we'll close above it, and it's the daily open now as well, so we might get a bit of a fuckery right here, reclaim, and if we do have bullish price action like this, I'm happy to enter in, add more positions onto it, and rally up, and then go up there. And whatever the deviation was underneath here, like here, with my stop loss, play up to these highs. That's how I would like look to actually add and take profits there, and take profits at the range high. Because once we take out these profits there, off we go. Now, what if we don't go to the range highs and we go into something like this? So I'm looking at this particular area here. That's the high that's capping the market. As you can see, right over here, a resistance, deviation, okay? So if we come up to here and we start breaking down, take profits. Then play it down this way, to the mid-range back down to range low. That's it. Does that make sense? Muhammad said, thanks for the stream. Would you sell your spots to reaccumulate lower? If the opportunity, no, you have to bear in mind, I bought spots in January. From January 20, from like the 12th, 13th of January, I've been adding spots in. Like for example, like Paul was an example. We did a 50x on Paul. And I took profits at 17x, at 32x, at 44x, and 50x, and I've left a little bit left over. So like, I just that's it. And then once I've got a little bit left over on pool, I've just left it. If it runs, it runs. If it doesn't, if it dies off, I know I made some beautiful gains out of it. Well, I've taken mad profits off that as well. But would I add some more? I'll have to see what happens in April as well, coming to the new month, because we are coming to the end of the month, so there is a bit of fuckery there. We do have PC core index as well on Friday, so be aware of that. See how that goes on. The new month as well, we're playing on the new month. What you could do is mark out the monthly open for all the charts, and if we get above the monthly open, it's bullish, including a bullish market structure. Play the longs. If you break below, play the shorts. Okay. Shout out to you, Tony. You're not too far from me, man. Warsaw, like that's about half an hour. I live in Solihull, so like the motorway is like literally like less than 5 minutes away from where I am. So like, yeah, I can just think, yeah, you're not too far from me. Okay, let's call it a day. Appreciate you guys. Smash the likes. Hopefully, you guys have learned a lot of things today. And yeah, we'll catch you guys really soon. Take care, everybody. See you soon.